Yo, yo. It's your boy, Jeff, back in the building. Wrestlemania Night 2 review. Um, I'm gonna try to make this video way shorter than Night 1. But yeah, I know I'm late too, so I probably won't get much views, but I gotta make it. Gotta make a video on it. Like, people usually watch my short form content more than my long form content, but let's get to a singles match. Femi versus Brock Lesnar. The build-up for this match was perfect. I really liked it. And the match itself was good. I didn't expect it to be as short as it was. But they told the story that they should have told, which is pretty much that Femi, basically the new next big thing has come to basically take over Brock's place. So the way they did the match was fine with me. I just wish it was a little longer. Just a little longer, like 2-3 minutes longer. But Brock retired because, one, he didn't want to retire to Gunther and do WWE's plans. And two, I think he has diverticulitis. I found that out the other day. So he can't really take too much pain on his stomach. That's all. I mean, he's getting older too. So that's why his body probably can't really take too much more. And he's been wrestling his whole life. He fought MMA. And literally wrestling his whole life, not just WWE wrestling. Like, he was a wrestler when he was, a teenager. He was a young prodigy that ended up being a really accomplished athlete over his career. And now he's basically at the tail end of his career, or at least he doesn't want to take any more damage to his body, any more physical damage. He wants to preserve his body and just do other things with his life. But it was just a good match. It went how it was supposed to. Pretty much Brock kind of jobbed out to him. But the story was told, and at first Brock got some offense in, but then once Femi erupted, it was over. He put it out, so he put the fire out, and that was the right opponent for Brock to retire to. And as much as I would like a second match between them, we don't need it. We just needed Femi to get over, and that's it. And then find another opponent for him, and maybe that opponent can really tell a story with him, or job out to him, whatever they want to do next with him. But it was excellent. I felt like this was like the best part of WrestleMania, especially the build-up, and just the way they put it together was cool. But I'm already talking too much about this. But Intercontinental Championship 6-pack ladder match. Now, I thought this match was going to be trash. It was a little better than I expected, but it pretty much went how I expected. Rey Mysterio wasn't going to really do too many bumps. He was going to do a few little things. JD Madonna, of course, was going to take mad bumps. Rusev took a crazy bump, I think, on the ladder. I forgot what it was. Was it a pile driver? Well, I expected Penta to do a lot of things, and they went with the right winner, even though Javon Evans maybe should have won just to be the youngest Intercontinental champ of all time. Maybe down the line they can do that before his birthday, so he wouldn't, be, so he could have that accomplishment. But the right person won, which should have been Penta. Decent match though. Good ladder match. Nothing too crazy, but it had its spots. You can't get mad. And the right person won. I love Penta. His presentation is great, and I feel like he gets one of the best pop, if not the best pop of the night when he comes out. So, and the fans, they're always behind him. Cero miedo. Ya tú sabes, loco. All right. Next, WWE Women's Championship, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I kind of liked the build-up to this one, even though it was similar to the Gunther and Jey Uso stuff. And I like Jade Cargill as champion. I don't know why they presented her the way they presented her. They should have had her face more challengers and stuff like that. And Rhea Ripley, she's like the most popular women's wrestler pretty much in wrestling, damn near. Definitely in the WWE, and she be having decent matches. I feel like there's better in-ring wrestlers than her, and there's definitely better mic workers than her, but she's definitely elite, top of the line. So I felt like they should have kept the belt on Jade Cargill, not only to extend the feud, but to also make Jade Cargill look a little stronger. But they went with Rhea Ripley, which is mostly the fans' favorite. I like Jade Cargill more than Rhea Ripley, to be honest with you, and I feel like they try to make Jade Cargill look more green than she actually is. She's actually pretty decent in ring. And in this match, what impressed me in this match that I kind of forgot is that both of these women were using a lot of moves that you don't usually see them use. Yes, the match wasn't too long, but it was actually really good. And the pacing and the way it went about, and when Michin and B-Fab came out was pretty cool. And EO came out to help her. I liked this match, honestly. And like I said, both of the women started using moves that you never really seen them use, and I liked that. That was really cool. I was like, okay, like they trying to show that they could wrestle for real, like. So like that was cool, man. But good match. I would have wanted Jay Cargill to win, and then maybe like at Backlash or another pay-per-view, Rhea takes it off of her. But they did what they did. We'll see how it goes moving forward. Got like allergies and shit or something. Like it's like the pollen or something. You know, springtime shit. United States Championship, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. This match was okay. The finish was pretty good. And the involvement of Lil Yachty was cool and stuff. Sami Zayn kind of doing a heel turn a little bit, right? Even though Trick is really the heel here, but people are just behind Trick. You know, whoop that Trick. He gets the best pops of the night, and they better not fumble Trick, man. Trick and Obafemi are really the future of this company, at least for the next couple of years, man. Because all their best stars are pretty much retiring, so they need to build new stars, and those are the two guys that are pretty much leading the pack at the moment. Like, so they can't fumble those two guys, man. Those two guys, the way the crowd is behind them, I'm behind them. I love both of them, and I watched them in NXT, kind of on their rise, like. And yeah, they've come a long way, and they've impressed, and they've earned their spot for sure. So they better not fumble these two guys. But yeah, Trick got it. He deserves the U.S. Championship. I would have liked Carmelo to be involved one way or another, whether interfering or just a triple threat, or just using that feud between Carmelo and Trick Williams. You know, two guys who have a lot of chemistry. It would have been better actually as a triple threat. Or to have both of them go one-on-one. He didn't need to drop the belt to Sami Zayn, but, you know, to get Sami Zayn a WrestleMania spot, they did that. And since they were already building a feud between him and Trick, they might as well get a payoff. And the big payoff is Trick winning the U.S. title, too. So we'll see what's next for Sami. Most likely they're going to kind of, like, involve him in the main event scene again or whatever, or semi-main event scene. Or maybe he'll do some other side quests or something. But most likely he's turning heel kind of. And I would love that for Sami, because I'm not a big Sami Zayn fan. Even though he's a good wrestler, I do like watching some of his matches. He's pretty entertaining. And I know outside wrestling, he's a cool dude, funny dude. I know I've seen a couple controversial videos about him on the internet and stuff like that. But it's all good. He's down. It's Sami, man. But his character is like kind of redundant. Like you get tired of you don't get tired of rooting for the underdog, but they've kind of just overdone the underdog thing with him, like, and it's outrun its course. There we go. But to move on, singles match, Demon, Finn Balor. It was cool to see him come out as the Demon. The entrance looks just super cool. This match was okay between him and Dominic. A little boring, but I felt like it was okay. A lot of people say it was like a bad match. I personally felt like it was okay. It was fine. Like, good hardcore, like decent hardcore match. Way better. I feel like this was a way better match than the I think this was no disqualification, but they turned it basically into like a hardcore match or a street fight, something like that. I felt like this was a better match than the Drew and Jacob match. I was more bored in the Jacob and Drew match. And I kind of like the chemistry between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, so I feel like they should have another match or something. I don't think Dominic should win. I still think Finn should win. But we'll see what they do. We'll see what happens going forward. It should have been for the Intercontinental title, but what they did was basically kind of reward Penta for being so cool and great. And then on top of that, help kind of build the storyline by making Finn Balor cost Dominic the title to make it more like, to bring more heat into the feud. And on top of that, from a writer or a creative standpoint or just a match card standpoint, or whatever, you separate the title so you can get another match. Like, it's like squeezing more juice out of like the storyline and the belt. You kind of separated them instead of putting them together, which would have made it more dramatic putting them together. But separating them, you kind of get, you like two birds with one stone, or you just stretch it out kind of thing. Whatever. Let me move forward. World Heavyweight Championship, best match of the whole WrestleMania card. Probably one of the greatest matches of all time. I'm not gonna put it top 5. I might not even put top 10. But really good match, man. Solid. I didn't like the finish too much, especially when Punk collapsed. I feel like they should have just went with like either a dirty move from Roman Reigns or just a different way to express that he was tired and he was done. But good match. And even worse than that, the part that I really didn't like is when he used the steel steps to hit him. He should have been disqualified, or they should have said this is a no DQ match or something like that, or no count out and stuff. So it would have added legitimacy. But Michael Cole corrected things and just said that it's at the referee's discretion because it's such a, it's basically the finals. Like, it's the Super Bowl, the finals of wrestling, or of WWE, whatever you want to call it, WrestleMania, man. I know it's fake, but these guys take real hits, and they do a lot to entertain us, even though they get paid, even though they've been giving us a lot of slop for a while. But it's good to have this good match. Best match of this WrestleMania. The best match of last year's WrestleMania was definitely that women's triple threat. To me, that's like probably the greatest women's match I've ever seen, bro. Between Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. But this year, definitely the Gunther and Seth Rollins match was good, and this match is the best one. The World Heavyweight title, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. The Randy Orton and Cody match wasn't really that good, honestly. But yeah, Roman Reigns the new World Heavyweight Champion, and they're probably gonna go more into the bloodline thing and turn all these guys heel again and kind of see how it goes. I'm excited to see that because when it was going on, I wasn't really watching wrestling, but I caught up because I watched a lot of stuff, and I used to love wrestling years ago, so I'm a wrestling nerd now again, just like I was when I was younger. But yeah, that pretty much concludes this video. This one's not the greatest, but it's half the size of the other one, so it is what it is. Let me just put it out there. Whatever. I'll get better with these joints, but I'm kind of lazy. Just give y'all my opinion. If y'all want to watch, it's up to you. If you don't, whatever. But this WrestleMania, was it better than last year's? Personally, I think it was. Honestly. Even though some of the matches last year were kind of better, this one they tried to build stories a little better and give it more of a build, even if a lot of people kind of felt like, oh, the build wasn't that good. I felt like last year a lot of matches didn't have a good build, and they weren't good matches. At least this year they had a good build, whether they were bad matches or good matches, and that's up to you to decide, I guess. I didn't like all the ads, commercial breaks, and all that stuff. They could put them in. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just there was times where there was just dead air on the TV. I guess maybe from the channel that I was watching, But just to conclude, I kind of wanted CM Punk to win, but I felt like Roman Reigns should have been the guy to win, just to give us something new, something fresh, and to put him back on top where he belongs, because he's supposed to be the biggest superstar, and he is pretty much the biggest superstar in wrestling that's currently active. He said he's gonna go full time, so we'll see how that goes. I see them already building the bloodline. Since this is after WrestleMania, SmackDown and Raw already happened by the time I release this. It's already been like a week. So they're trying to build a feud with him and Jacob Fatu, which is cool. But to be honest, I was thinking about it earlier. They should put Jacob Fatu to face Cody Rhodes and take the belt off of him. And then maybe Roman can take the belt off of him. Because I'm going to be honest, people are getting tired of Cody. And I wasn't watching AEW when Cody was there, even though I've looked back at a couple matches that were really good and different stuff like that. But I could tell that what happened in AEW is happening right now with Cody, which is something that kind of happened with Cena, but Cena was a way bigger star and put on way bigger matches, and he was kind of undeniable. See, Cody's not exactly undeniable. Now, he kind of felt undeniable when he faced Roman at that WrestleMania when he won the title and all that stuff, but he's not super elite like that. But pretty much, I like Cody a lot, though. Point being, the crowd is starting to hate him. And same thing happened in AEW. So I don't know what they want to do with him, but they should take the belt off of him. He comes off better and more as of a fan favorite when he's kind of climbing the mountain. When he's on top of the mountain, he's kind of boring. But when he's climbing to get to the belt, it's kind of more exciting. Now, should he get the belt from time to time? Yeah, but he should have shorter reigns. And he's not defending like that. And they all calling themselves fighting champions when they're not fighting like that. So, and it would be nice to a breath of fresh air to see the WWE title on somebody else, like Jacob Fatu or somebody else. Yo, my sinuses or allergies, whatever this is, like stopping me from like breathing right and talking right. Kind of like breathe weird and stuff. But it is what it is. I'm fine. Like, I'm not dying. I'm not, like, I'm alive. I'm living. All love. Yo, yeah, night 2 review. If you want to watch, do your thing. If you bored to death, you can click off, like, subscribe, share. You already know. Have a good day. I love you.